Hi, friends. I am so excited to be here. My name is Laura Hayes, and I am the founder of the Brave Girl Project. I am a life coach and a school counselor, and I work with children and teens to help them develop the skills that they need to survive and thrive in life. And I have a confession. I'm going to share with you the tip that your daughter needs to help build her self-confidence. But to do that, I have to confess something. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and I was addicted to Wonder Woman. And I actually am wearing my Wonder Woman shirt. My husband got this for me several years ago at Christmas. And my sister Sarah, Susie, and I would watch Wonder Woman. We were addicted to Linda Carter. Love her. And we would pretend that we were Wonder Woman. And we would pretend that we were the Amazons on Mascara Island, and loved it. Loved the show, loved pretending, loved doing all that fun play as young girls. And my cousin Tony we would do Star Wars, and then he would be other superheroes like Batman or Superman, and we would be Wonder Woman. So it was a great experience growing up. And so in the past week or so, I have seen Wonder Woman not once, but 2 times. And I love the movie. And I know that it's PG-13, so not every person is maybe going to take their daughter to it. And I can respect that, and I think that's appropriate. If you want to see if you want your daughter to go, or trying to figure out if it's a good choice, here are some tips. Common Sense Media is a great place to check out. They do recommend that it's for 12 and up. It has great role models. It has a focus on compassion, teamwork. So check that out if you're trying to decide, is it going to be appropriate for your daughter? But my big takeaways from the movie are just how brave she is, how selfless she is, and how much she wants to help people. And I loved it. I found it very motivational. I have lots of kids at school that just keep coming up and talking to me about it. And I had one on Friday. I had a little boy come up to me at the end of one of my lessons, and he said, "Miss Hayes, I have to go see Wonder Woman. It's all about girls." And now he liked it. And we talked about how, do people say, "Oh, it's all about boys" when you go and see Superman or Batman? But there is a tip that we can all learn from Wonder Woman. And I think when we think about, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s like I did, give me a heart, because you probably were a mom just like me when we were younger, pretending that you were Wonder Woman. I remember being so angry at my sister Sarah because she got, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but underoos. And she got Wonder Woman underoos. And I was jealous. I so badly wanted those because that solidified her as always getting to be that Wonder Woman role when we played. But when we think about Wonder Woman and we think about the Linda Carter version, we often think about this kind of pose that she does. And she has her hands on her hips, her shoulders are up and back, her head is held strong, chin kind of out, looking proud. And this is kind of also what Dr. Amy Cuddy talks about, and power pose. And I'm going to put a link for her TED Talk, which is a must for any mom or any dad who is raising a daughter that they want to be strong, confident, brave, resilient. And what Dr. Cuddy talks about is that your body will release different chemicals in a power pose. And so I did this with my students before they took our state assessment tests, our SOL tests. And holding a power pose, whether it's like hands on the hips, maybe even like the victory pose, holding that for 2 minutes actually changes the brain chemistry. And what I love in Dr. Cuddy's TED Talk is she talks about, don't fake it till you make it, fake it till you become it. And if you have a daughter that perhaps she does some different activities, maybe she is trying out for an event, or she has a big performance coming up and she has those jitters and she's nervous and she doesn't know what to do, the power pose is the thing she needs to do, because you can do this anywhere. She could go to the restroom before the presentation or the tryout, and she could hold that for 2 minutes and literally using her cell phone to set on her timer 2 minutes. She can also do it at her desk, because what the power pose is, it's taking up space. It's looking powerful. And when we look at animals in nature, those powerful animals, they're spread out, they're taking up space. So she could even like have her hands behind her back and taking up space, you know, looking like she's really tough. That is going to send her brain and her body the message that she has this. She can take and handle this challenge that's about to come up. The second thing that I love to tell my friends is that when we get those nervous feelings, a lot of times we start to get fearful and we think, oh my goodness, I can't handle this challenge. But we need to kind of reframe that nervous feeling. Instead of being fearful of it, we need to let us think about it as excitement and be happy that we're having it, because that nervous feeling is what we need to do to get us through that challenge. And so when you can kind of pair that reframe as well as doing the power pose, it can really help boost the confidence. And I love that piece of not faking it till you make it, but faking it till you become it, continually doing this. And so you could do this as like a thing or a ritual with your daughter before she leaves the house for the day, or your son, and just do a power pose for 2 minutes and then sending them off. So I love the different images of Gal Gadot from the movie. My printer kind of was losing ink at the end, but you could look up some of the different images that she has. And I've seen lots of friends that I have on Facebook that have their daughters who are dressing up and feeling inspired, and how it's really impacting girls. And I think that's a wonderful way. Girls need positive role models. And I think Wonder Woman, I loved it. I think it's something that can be very powerful for girls to identify with. And so funny, I have this, I'm going to put this on my bulletin board. It's a picture, sorry because of the photo, but it's actually a photo of Linda Carter and Gal Gadot on the blue carpet, but which I think is lovely and amazing. They look gorgeous. But just two very strong women who are fearless, but also very compassionate and caring. So if you've not checked the movie, you might want to take your daughter to that if you feel that it's appropriate. Even if you don't take her to the movie, you can always do these power poses together. And I think that would be a wonderful way to really help inspire and change really the brain chemistry and the beliefs that she has about herself, and allowing herself to be powerful. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a heart. If you're a big Wonder Woman fan and you dressed up and pretended to be an Amazon princess, give me a heart. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful June. It's amazing how quickly the year for me is coming to an end. So I'm excited for summer to begin. I'm going to have some news in my next Facebook Live about a fun free event that I'm going to be doing with girls, and I want you and your daughter to join. So check that out next Thursday, and have a great week. Have a fun weekend. Take care, guys.